Hi, everybody. Welcome to the SalesIntel show, the Pipeline Pioneers, where our objective, our goal is to share with the community what experts, what practitioners, what leaders are doing to generate the pipeline. Revenue pipeline is the heart and blood of any company, and we at SalesIntel believe that generating a pipeline takes a village. It truly takes a village to build a strong pipeline. It's no longer just the responsibility of a BDR organization or the sales or marketing. It takes the team effort to build the pipeline. Today, I'm excited to have Frannie on my show. Frannie, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. It's so nice to see you.
Yeah, great to see you as well. And thanks for joining us, Frannie. To start, why don't you tell the audience a bit about you, your background, and how in your role you help generate the pipeline for your business?
Wow, I don't even know where to start with that. So my role here is VP of Sales at Integrate. And I think I've done it all over the years. So I've sat in many shoes from SDRs up through the ranks to where I am today. And my responsibility here at Integrate is not only to fill the pipeline, but obviously to fill and then follow that forward to close business. But yes, pipeline is everything because you can't close a deal if you don't have one to start with.
That's right. That's right. That's the crucial part of revenue. So, Frannie, last year was hard for a lot of companies, right? Companies didn't hit the numbers, the macroeconomic headwinds, and there's just a lot of things changing on us, right? And we all made mistakes. Is there something you look back at 2023 that you think you should have done differently? And what's the learning from that?
So I feel like 2023 was sort of like the awkward teenage years. You're kind of getting into this new territory. You're not really sure. You're testing things out. You make mistakes. And that's what I feel like 2023 was like for me because we were coming out of, well, we weren't really coming out of COVID yet, but we were sort of trying to get to this new normal with COVID. And at the same time, during 21, 22, and even into 20, the digital ecosystem went crazy. And so I think there became a high dependency on digital to drive everything, pipeline, conversations, that was a big factor. But that awkwardness was still there because digital was not being as effective as it seemingly was when we were all glued to our laptops and screens. And then the economic climate hit at the same time. So it was just all this stuff was happening. And I think, like, for me personally, when I think back, I appreciate the awkward teenage years, but I was in the moment. So I don't know that I stopped for long enough to realize, holy crap, this is not going to get us where we need to be. We have to start making changes and making changes immediately because the world is moving on. The world is moving fast. AI is taking over. There's so many things that are happening, but the reality of all that is, and foundationally what I believe is it all comes down to relationships and to people and to having that human touch. So if I reflect on 2023, I just think so much happened so quickly and I didn't really feel it all out until it was getting later and later in the year and then planning for 2024.
Got it. So basically, take a step back and reflect on why things are not working and making the shift from all digital to the human touch.
And I'm only one human, right? I work for an organization and we have many different teams and different leaders, and we have a leader of our SDR team, a leader of different revenue teams. And I think collectively, everyone was still in this fast forward and no one took a deep breath to come back and say, hey, this isn't working anymore. We need to make some changes.
Got it. Got it. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. We were just all growth at all costs while the macroeconomic headwinds were just changing on us. So that brings up to 2024. The new year's here. We have new budgets, new initiatives, new experiments to do. Is there something that you are excited about? Something new that you're trying in 2024?
So yes and no. So yes, I'll tell you what we're trying new, but what is new kind of coming out of the last couple of years is going back to tried and true, which is being in person, being face to face, attending events, which to me truly in my role and where I am with our company is the number one pipeline generator.
Mhm.
100%. But what we're trying new, which is kind of fun, is we're doing AI SDR.
Okay.
So we have deployed an AI tool that we're testing now. I don't have results yet because it's still pretty early for us, but I'm very optimistic. And we're doing it cautiously because I'm a little nervous.
Yep.
And I believe in personalization and the human touch. So
Yep.
I don't be berating people with, my name associated with anything that might not be up to snuff of a message that I would send out. But yeah, we've deployed an AI SDR that the engines are moving, they respond appropriately, digging around online to be able to have information that is relevant to the company, to where they are, to different signals that are happening in the economy, if there's been acquisitions, mergers, investments, personnel changes, things like that. So I'm cautiously optimistic and excited to see what that actually does.
It's awesome. I would love to, come back here in a couple of months and just talk about that and see how that's
Sure.
working out.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
absolutely.
So let's switch the gears. We know that growth, when it comes to pipeline generation, comes from many different channels, right? There's not just one channel. So we're going to have an interactive session. You can see it, right? So here's how
Yep.
it goes. So you have 100 pennies. Each of this coin is, 10 pennies here. You have 100 pennies. And here are some of the channels. Your goal is to invest these 100 pennies across these channels to generate the most optimal pipeline for integrate this year.
You want my answers?
Yep. So how would
Okay.
you
I
bet?
put 5 of those in sales-led growth.
Wow,
I put
that's a big.
3 in marketing, and I put 2 in partnership.
Okay.
Oh, I
So,
see event you separated out. So
yeah,
the sales and event gets split. So you can put 2 in sales and 3 in event.
perfect. So let's do that. So 2 on
Yep.
sales, 3 in events,
3 in event, 3 in marketing.
3 on marketing. And this is paid marketing, yeah? Or like,
Correct.
okay, good.
Yeah, and I can explain my lens on marketing
Yeah, I
too.
would love that. I would love that. And then
Yeah, and then I might, you can finish and I might move 1 after you keep
yeah,
going. Partnership.
in partnership, yeah. So 2
I'm
on
gonna
partnership, right?
move 1 from marketing to customer.
To customers. Got it. Got it. I would love your rationale behind, this
Yeah.
distribution.
So I truly stand behind face-to-face and events. And in my role, I'm seasoned when I'm having conversations with folks. They are quality conversations where we actually spend time and just have honest and sincere conversations. And what I find the reality is, while virtual is great, there are so many distractions
Yep.
that it is very challenging to have meaningful conversations at the rate that we need to grow our business. Being on site, being at an event where you have a huge conglomerate of folks that are like-minded, that are interested and are not distracted because they've committed to being at an event for 2 or 3 days, the level of conversation is just so much different.
Yep.
So I have always said that events is my number one, but even more so now, as the world has changed, I'm finding that to be the most beneficial. From a sales perspective and tied in with marketing, but from a sales perspective, events, customized events where I, as the salesperson, am creating smaller, localized events in markets around where customers and prospects reside. So
Mhm.
I'm going to them on a regular to bring people together. And my intention is not to sell anything. My
Yep.
intention is genuinely to meet folks, to understand, do we have things in common from a personal and professional perspective, and to bring like-minded people together, and good things come from that. It's
Yeah.
always proven to be true. And it doesn't always result in business, but it does result in building strong relationships that eventually lead to some type of
Some type of
business.
business. 100%
Yeah.
agree with you.
Tied in with that is the customer-led growth. That's our biggest source. We don't have to necessarily invest dollars in that, but our customers being successful are our greatest advocates. Just last week, I was out at the B2BMX event in Scottsdale. And before I knew it, two, which they're not even customers yet, they're very late stage prospects, are so excited about joining Integrate. They were already touting us to other companies that then became prospects.
Nice.
Let our customers do the talking for us. I think that's amazing. Use them as references with other customers. Hearing from your peers, you can ask any questions you want and hear the realities of, you know, what things are like from their lens. So that is really helpful. I'll go to marketing last, but from a partnership perspective, it's intentional partnerships. So these are companies that we work with day in and day out, that we serve the same audience. And my belief is putting us in another partner together, another company together, that 1 + 1 = 3 for the end customer. And that if they're investing in two companies or sometimes more, and we all are aiming for the same end goal, but we each provide a piece of that puzzle, if you're able to bring us together, it's best for the customer. And so therefore, working with those partners in intentional, strategic go-to-market plan is very helpful to building pipeline and obviously driving revenue.
And this is very, very helpful. I'm sure our community is going to, get a lot of value from this. So now, Frannie, let me show you.
Wait, Manoj, we didn't talk about marketing. So I just
I'm
want
sorry. Let's go to back.
That's
Go back
okay.
to marketing.
Let's touch on marketing before we go, because marketing is very important for everyone's engine. And to me,
Absolutely.
it comes in two flavors, right? It comes in marketing where you can be generally driving awareness, make sure that there's brand recognition. Marketing can be driving demand, but where I really partner with and that's great. I want marketing to do all of those things on a regular basis.
Yep.
But what I really want marketing to do is be attached to my hip. And so that we are tackling the top prospects or late stage prospects together in a way that's meaningful. It's not singular in channel. It is high impact, whatever that is. And it takes a lot of creativity to really impact these prospects. And so I'm a lover of marketing. They love working with me because we really do strategize and put our heads together. But it comes in a lot of different shapes and sizes. It is not, let's go out and, blast a bazillion emails and see what sticks, because that really isn't going to drive pipeline.
Right. It's sales and marketing working together to generate the pipeline and then progress that pipeline towards the revenue.
Yes, exactly. And sometimes marketing, all marketing folks are not created equal, and different companies have different motivations and different measurement for marketing. And I see all the time posted on LinkedIn the conversation around sales and marketing alignment. I don't know how a company can be successful if sales and marketing are not aligned and working hand in hand.
I couldn't agree more with you. Could not agree more with you. Well, thank you, Frannie. I love your distribution. Very well thought out. Now, let me show you how the industry benchmarks are. So I've been talking to a lot of folks.
Yeah.
This is the average of, a couple hundred folks who have either responded to the survey, or have been on the show with me, right? And this changes as we get the data points, the averages changes. Now let me overlay your data points on this graph.
I love it.
So the blue is community, orange is Frannie at Integrate. Is there something you look at this chart that surprises you to say, wow, I didn't think about it?
I mean, I think the only thing that two things surprised me. One is the event led, because that has to be wrong. On average, B2B companies invest 20% of their budget in events. So I don't know. I think, at first I had put more into sales, and then I saw the event. So I just wonder if other people maybe didn't see that. So I don't really know about that. And I think partnership is a special one. Yeah. I think that most people think they're too busy to take the time to build partnerships the right way. And so therefore they just don't do it. Yeah. And so I'm not surprised that that's low relative to where I am. It does take a special craft to build and nurture partnerships and have the trust in the partner that you are genuinely going to market together to be better for the end customer.
Right. A lot of time partnerships just don't work out. I'm planning a separate session just on partnership and pipeline. I would love to bring you there and just riff on how to make effective partnerships that work for the customer. If they work for the customer, then everybody else will be happy.
100%. Yep, absolutely. I love this. I'd love to see how it evolves over time as you continue to do these talks.
Absolutely. I will definitely share them with you. But thank you so much, Frannie. I really appreciate you coming on the show. I appreciate your input, and I'm sure the community is going to learn a lot from this.
Super. Thank you so much.